Good afternoon. I'm joined here at the podium with Colonel Steve Sellers at the Albemarle County Police Department. I'm Chief Longo of the Charlottesville Police Department. I want to thank you in advance for your patience and your respect and your consideration of the fact that there's very little information that we're going to be able to share with you this evening. I know you'll have lots of questions. You'll want to know more facts, and those will be facts that we're not in a position to share right now. So at the conclusion of our remarks, we will not be taking any of your questions. There may be, in the days to come, opportunities for that, but we wanted to let you know that in advance. And again, thank you in advance for your respect and your patience. It was some 35 days ago, some 5 weeks, since 18-year-old University of Virginia student Hannah Graham disappeared from our downtown pedestrian mall. And since that time, the Charlottesville Police Department, in cooperation with the County of Albemarle and jurisdictions throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia, engaged in an unprecedented search in an effort to find her and return her to her family. Countless of hours, thousands of hours, have been spent by literally hundreds of law enforcement and civilian volunteers in an effort to find Hannah. We think perhaps today proved their worth. Sometime before noon today, a search team from the Chesterfield County Sheriff's Department was searching an abandoned property along Old Lynchburg Road in southern Albemarle County when they discovered what appears to be human remains. Now, fairly shortly after that discovery, at a time that was most appropriate, Detective Sergeant James Mooney of the Charlottesville Police Department made a very difficult phone call and reached out to John and Susan Graham to share with them this preliminary discovery. Again, these are human remains, and forensic tests need to be conducted to determine the identification of those remains. But nonetheless, we wanted to be quick and timely to share that information excuse me, with the Graham family. Now, as Colonel Sellers will point out in just a moment, this investigation is complicated. It's a complex criminal investigation, and it's unlikely that we'll have any information in the very near future, and perhaps the days to come, that we'll be able to share with you about what we learned today and what we'll likely learn in the days to come. But again, we know you'll be patient. We know you'll be respectful, because there will come a time when we'll be able to tell you more, but that's not today. On behalf of the Charlottesville and Albemarle County Police Departments, I want to thank everyone who gave up their days, their nights, their weekends, people who called and wrote and dropped food and good wishes and words of encouragement to the search groups and to the detectives that have worked so hard in this investigation. I want to thank all of those people, because today would not have been possible but not for their prayers, their encouragement, and their help. And I also want to say thanks to Mark Eggeman and all the many people associated with the Department of Emergency Management and the many search and rescue volunteers from not just around the Commonwealth of Virginia, but around the region. Team Rubicon and others who came to help search for Hannah. Mark and his team has spent the last 5 weeks here in Charlottesville coordinating and mapping and managing and directing continuous search teams in their efforts. Mark, without your help and the support of your team and the many volunteers you brought to our community, we would not have been able to accomplish a difficult mission. And not only are Colonel Sellers and I grateful, but an entire community is grateful for your commitment and for your work. I'm now going to turn the microphone over to Albemarle County Police Chief Steve Sellers.